office like we never left with a special guest, la doctora de Miami, the plump room. We're here with Stephany. I am so grateful that you're here.
I'm super happy to be here. Thank you for having me. Thank you for inviting me to be on your podcast. Congratulations.
No, thank you for coming. I can't believe you said yes because you're always so busy.
But I always make time for you.
Thank you. So I know you for how many years?
A lot. Since before I opened my space.
Yes.
So,
and I know you for I think before COVID.
Yes.
And you used to come here, but I knew of you because a lot of people used to talk about you. Oh. So, because you used to work for a company.
Yes.
And then when I saw you, because I always say I have like a spark, a little thing or something. When I saw you, I'm like, how come she's never opened up her own place?
Well, I remember I was coming to my body contouring appointments and I would come here to have her beat me up. And it was like an addiction. But I remember you used to tell me too, you're like, why don't you open your own space? And I remember being so shy about it and like, oh my gosh, no, are you sure? Like, that's crazy, like never me. And but I do remember you bringing it up. Like,
yeah, I was like, why? Because I feel like you're so knowledgeable about all this stuff and you train. Half of the nurse practitioners they are working right now, they don't give you the credit, but I do know because I see they like your posts, so I'm like, esta la entreno. Do you get bothered that you don't get enough credit in that?
I think the industry, and I know if there's other nurse practitioners or like people in aesthetics listening to this, the industry is very like, for lack of better words, like a little bit catty, a little bit competitive, and I know you might know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. You might experience some of that yourself with people that do what you do. And I think when I started training, the whole goal for me was to try to soften that reputation that our industry has and that stigma, because I think that the more we collaborate and the more we share with each other, the better we all can be and the more business we all get. So I understand that some of them may like not want to share that they're like training or whatever the case may be, but I'm hoping that once they meet me and like they know what I'm trying to accomplish, that slowly but surely they will start to jump on the train of like collaborating and helping each other. And it doesn't really bother me because I know that I'm doing good for them. Do I wish it was better? Yes.
I know, right?
But we'll get there, I suppose.
How long has the plump room have been open?
So I opened my doors June of 2022.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's been over 2 years now, and it's honestly incredible. I always think about it like I couldn't remember, or I couldn't even believe when I hit 1 year and then 2 years, and things are moving fast.
That's what I was saying. So, your business is growing.
It is.
And have you ever been worried that the beauty industry might be a little bit like people are not talking so much about Botox fillers anymore? Are you worried about that, or do you always think that the beauty industry is growing, that people don't talk about it but they're still getting their work done?
I'm really glad that you bring that up. Actually, it's not that people aren't talking about Botox or filler anymore. It's that people are headed towards a more natural approach.
Okay.
One thing that I'm grateful for is that I've always been on the natural boat.
Yeah.
I've never tried to give someone a face that they didn't already have a few years ago.
Okay.
Right? So I'm into restoring the face and not like changing the features. I think it's important, not just with my industry, like even yours too, is to stay current, right?
Right.
Make sure you're always a student. Make sure that you're continuing to learn and grow and evolve as things evolve. Like now there's also a push into like wellness. And, before I say much, I don't want to say much right now, but, it's important to incorporate like, how you feel on the inside with how you look on the outside. Right. And I like that those two worlds are merging, because I myself, my personal hobbies, I love fitness, I love wellness, I love nutrition. So I love it. Like I'm definitely going to grow wherever the industry. Yeah.
So like I noticed a lot of nurse practitioners are quitting their hospital jobs to be more in the beauty industry. Do you think it's worth doing that changes? Do you think they should stay in the hospital or do both? What's your opinion on that?
So right now, I know a lot of nurse practitioners that are doing both. And I think that's okay as long as at a certain point when your business starts to grow, you are ready to make the move and leave.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think I was able to like gather the success I have quickly because I made the bold move to just like dedicate 100% to my business and leave my corporate job. I know not everybody like can do that. I had saved a little bit of money before I did that, so obviously be responsible. You know,
because you have to have a budget.
Of
you have
course,
everything.
And you have to give yourself a buffer because when you open your doors, you're not just gonna have people out the door. You know, like you have to like wait and market and stuff. But I think it's whatever works for the person, right? Like so, if doing a couple days in the hospital or your current job and like starting your business little by little is comfortable and safe, especially if maybe you have a family, then I think that that's a good thing. But you should have a plan to eventually just work for yourself. I think.
Yeah, but to buy good products, you have to spend a lot of money because Botox. People don't know that Botox and fillers are very expensive. They see these prices in the streets.
Well, let's talk about the streets first of all.
With the news that came out today.
Yeah. So just be careful. Like obviously this isn't to like tell you to go, you know, you can go to any provider that you want, but just like please do your research. I don't know if you know, but you can look up any provider's NPI number online. It's public information. So if you have a feeling that someone may not be legal or may not be able to practice, ask them for their license number, you know.
And also look at the person.
Or just first and last name, you know.
That or look at the person too. If you see someone that's overworked.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
Like, do they look how you want to look?
Correct. I'm not making fun of anybody or nothing, but that's how I see it. I'm not gonna do, you know, Botox with someone that when I look at them, they can't look, they can't smile because they're so stiff. Yeah. I would like someone to touch me, someone like you, that's very natural, that you look very natural. So I always tell everybody, go to the place before, do a consultation.
Yeah,
meet them. You know, consultations, sometimes they do charge, sometimes it's free, but just meet up the person. The same thing as doctors or the same as me that do body treatments. Come for a consultation, feels out the energy, and then take it from there.
Yes, I think it's important to like get to know your injector too because you know, it's a loyal relationship that you're going to develop with the person. And in my opinion, when I choose a provider for me, like you know, whether it's body sculpting, lashes, whatever it is, like I have to get along with the person to continue going back because if I sense bad vibes, I can't go, I can't do it. On that topic too, just be very careful. There's a lot of like fake counterfeit products in Miami that we were just talking about that. And also people add water to things that don't need water. So
oh my. Next topic I wanted to talk about is these weight loss injections.
Oh yeah.
That is going crazy here in Miami. I personally had an allergic reaction to it. My hair was falling off, like chunks. Like my daughter was the one who noticed. She's like, "You don't notice your bedsheet full of hair?" I'm like, "No." "You don't notice this full of hair?" I was like, "No." So I wanted to ask you about the weight loss that is very popular here now in Miami.
Yes,
and we just saw in the news someone getting arrested. I feel horrible, but like I was telling you, I got an allergic reaction with the medication.
Crazy.
My hair was falling off. I actually think I got even a little bit depressed. Like I don't know if that was a side effect of depression, because I was going through what happened next door. So I think all of it, but I know for a fact that my hair was like falling like chunks because of the semaglutide, and then it was because I wasn't guided the right way, that I had to eat more protein.
Yeah, that's important. So there's like a lot of hype surrounding, of course, weight loss meds, because this is the first time we've ever had anything like this available to the public for sale. Some clinics you'll go into the office and like get it done, and then some, you know, like what I was doing, like you get it shipped to your house, cold ship, and then you have instructions on how to do it yourself. I no longer offer weight loss. It just was a personal preference. It's not my thing, right? Like I tried it, had some clients, and it's just not for me. I'm gonna stay in my lane. But it does have a good use for people that are doing it right and that they're committed to make a change, right? So if you're seeing someone like a dietitian and someone that's helping you fix your diet, fix your habits, start an exercise routine, and then, you know, supplement with the shots temporarily, heavy on that word, then yes, it's effective and it can work. But a lot of times we are just like excited to get started in these new things, and the person giving it to us doesn't give us the right guidance, right? So like, and the protein is a huge factor because hair, skin, nails, muscle mass, all of that is related to like how much protein you're consuming. And because the medication sometimes makes you not want to eat at all.
When I've been doing body treatments for 12 years and I've been in this space, this location for 8 years. And it was my first time I had to turn down a client because how her skin was so loose.
Oh my god.
I had to turn her down and tell her she had to do, unfortunately, something that I don't recommend to do plastic surgery, but I told her she needed a body lift. Because she was going somewhere that was way cheaper than instead of going to a nurse practitioner or someone who specializes in that.
Exactly.
She was going somewhere else cheap, and they just gave her the medication. They didn't explain to her anything.
And those medications have to, a lot of people don't know this, but they have to be slowly, like gradually increased and then gradually decreased so that you don't rebound weight gain. So a lot of people that are concerned about like the weight coming back, it's usually because it was dosed wrong or they got it like black market, right? You know, back to the illegal things.
Yes, yes.
There's just so many concerns, and again, it all goes back to like just being safe and making sure that, you know, a lot of the times it's not even necessary. It's just this whole city is about hype, isn't it?
It really is. It really is. And I saw now that you're offering a laser, the BB laser.
It's called BBL, not that kind of BBL.
That's what I was saying. I'm like, wait, she's offering BBL?
No, it stands for broadband light. So it's like a light laser treatment that treats hyperpigmentation, rosacea, little broken capillaries, and like complexion. So it's really good for like a glowy skin and even skin tone.
Oh, yes. I want to try that.
Yes, lightening and brightening and all the things that we love.
How's the recovery for that?
So you're only red for about a day or two, and then you're just gonna have almost like this sandpaper, like these little dark tiny scabs on your skin, and then when they fall off, the pigment falls off. So it's
so it leaves the skin like a baby booty.
Yes, it does. It's very satisfying to go through, honestly.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because the process is cool. You see your actual sunspots come off, and who doesn't love that?
So I have another question because I know you offer the Morphus.
Yes, yes.
So there's so many things going on with the Morphus. I saw, because I'm a kind of person that I'm always doing research with the beauty industry. There's supposedly the Morphus is not good on the face because it has too much heat and it melts down too much the fat in the face. And I wanted to ask you because I know you train.
I love this question.
You train so many people, so I'm like, I don't know who to ask. Yeah. And then when I saw you said yes, I go, this is one of my questions. I noticed a lot of people are not offering in the face so much. They're offering more in the body. I personally don't like that machine because, or any machine that has too much heat. Because I noticed you see a difference for 6 months, a year, and then all of a sudden your skin starts getting flaccid. Because like the Venus Legacy, I don't like that machine. Everybody loves that machine because again, it's the hype. We see an influencer doing it. So I wanted to know like what's your intake with the Morphus?
I love this question. There's so much like, you know, tug and pull like about Morpheus in the industry. So I'm like so glad you asked because I want to make sure people understand the science behind it. Morpheus is radio frequency microneedling, right? So what it does is it has these little tiny retractable needles, right, that are coming in and out of the
I'm scared of needles.
Well, if you come with me, my numbing protocol is excellent. You won't feel a thing. But They're these little needles that come in and out of the skin, almost like a stamp.
Okay.
And they're emitting radio frequency at the same time. That is just the machine, but what gives you the results and what makes it safe or unsafe is the person operating it, right? The person that's trained to do the treatments. It is true that if you add too much heat and too much depth in the face, you will melt fat. So in the wrong hands, absolutely, that is a huge concern in the industry. And there are people that don't get the Morpheus through the company, and they may buy it like through China or something, and then they don't get the proper training. So then what does that do? They have these practices with people that are coming in, their faces are melting, and it's because they should have set the heat 10 joules lower than they did. You know, like they have hundreds of people getting this treatment done. So, you know, it just depends on who's operating it, right? My heat settings for the face and my depth is slightly above microneedling, which is superficial, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I do that because I understand the science of it, right? And my joules are so low, my energy, because you don't want to get rid of the fat pads that make you look youthful and plump, right?
Because at the end, we do need these fat when we get older.
We need them. We're going to want them when we're like 60. And, you know, I mean, it does, fat is important on the face. So I love that you asked this question. On the body, you know, you want the higher heat, you want the depth, because you can hit, you can kind of start softening up that create the cellulite, almost like what you do with wood. Combining Morpheus with that is super effective because you can break up those little bands, the fibers, with the heat, and then when you get massages, you're gonna have those nice smooth results even faster.
Right. When I have a client that tells me, "Oh, I did Morpheus in my legs," I don't do the actual wood therapy. I use the metal therapy because they're cold.
Okay.
So it's a combination.
I love that. That's
it's a combination because
that's why you're the best.
Oh, thank you. Because in the beauty industry, you have to be on top of everything. Yeah. You have to read.
You have to ask.
And you have to ask. So when I ask them, or they tell me, mostly I always ask them, "Have you done anything?" So when they tell me the Morpheus or they've done microneedling, I don't do the wood therapy traditional. I do the metal therapy. It's the same thing, but they're always cold.
Yes.
It's to close down the pores, the skin's to stay tight. So it's very important also, like, to know where you go, you know. I know you do training. And I think you have nurse practitioners, they come to your place.
Yeah, I supervise Morpheus too.
And you supervise them, or you rent the machines so if they can, and I'm not sure.
I have done that in the past. Right now, I don't have anyone renting from me, but I have done that in the past. So,
but you're there supervising also.
Yes, yeah. So even when I train, like, I don't train on like dummies, and we don't only talk about it. I will always like bring in live models.
Okay.
And I want to make sure that they have the technique right and that they understand, you know, the safety before everything else, right? Like, you're only as safe as you continue to educate yourself. The more you know about anatomy and like what can go wrong, the better you can be.
Right.
So I think a lot of people might just be eager to, like, you know, Morpheus certified or like Botox certified, and it's deeper than that. Like, these are procedures. People are trusting you, like, they're trusting you with their face, they're trusting you with their bodies, and they're spending their money with you, so they're expecting you to be the expert, and there's a lack for that everywhere. Everywhere.
Yeah.
You know?
So my other question is, have you ever had a client who's been botched by someone that you know, and you're like, oh my gosh? Have you confronted that nurse practitioner to tell her, that you train so many people, hey, I had a client, and I think because that's very tricky how to talk to someone saying, have you ever had an issue like that before, or?
I actually have not. Like, I'm very lucky that I haven't, because I'm not confrontational. But we've had situations where, like, maybe like a peer in the industry knows they messed up, and they reach out and they're like, hey, I'm not available, or I'm out of town this day, can you help this patient for me? Okay. Like, this is what happened. Like, almost like a collaboration. But no, thank goodness, not yet.
Thank God.
Not yet, hopefully never.
What's the future for the Plump Room?
I wasn't sure if I wanted to spill the tea here today.
Is this exclusive? My first exclusive?
This is exclusive. but I will because I love you.
Oh my gosh.
So we're moving. We're expanding.
No way.
I know, don't cry.
I'm gonna hold it. For real?
Yes. So
oh my god.
We're staying in Coral Gables, but we have a new bigger space. It's gonna be super beautiful. We're working on the decorations and everything.
I am so happy. You did an event
happy.
and I was the only one that wrote to expand.
Grow. It's time to grow. No, you've always been so supportive, and like I'm very thankful to have you in my life. You're
Thank
very
you.
supportive.
We even have a name.
So anytime you invite me to anything you do, I'm there.
Thank you.
No
I even helped her name one of her famous treatments.
Yes, she did. So Balanced by Steph, I have to credit Mercy. She's the one. I remember I implemented it the next day.
Yes, you did. I was like, damn, that was quick.
I was like,
think about
I
it.
like this. And she's so right because you have to brand yourself. Very important. But yeah, we're moving, we're growing.
Oh my god, I am so happy to hear this.
Yes, I'm gonna share all the details. I'll tag you so you can show your audience too whenever we have the space ready. But coming soon, April.
Oh, April!
Yes.
That was quick.
Quick.
So she does have an Instagram. You do have a TikTok? No.
I don't use TikTok that much right now. I'm working on that, but I do have an Instagram.
That you're very on top of your Instagram. I know she answers really quick. Also, we're gonna be tagging her and we're gonna put her phone number. So it's someone that I highly recommend because I've seen her work for many years. So I'm grateful that you came.
Oh, I'm so excited. This was awesome. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you.
So much fun.
Thank you.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
You know.
So my other question is, have you ever had a client who's been botched by someone that you know and you're like, oh my gosh. Have you confronted that nurse practitioner to tell her, that you train so many people, hey, I had a client and I think you, because that's very tricky how to talk to someone saying, have you ever had an issue like that before, or?
I actually have not. Like, I'm very lucky that I haven't because I'm not confrontational. But we've had situations where like, maybe like a peer in the industry knows they messed up and they reach out and they're like, hey, I'm not available or I'm out of town this day. Can you help this patient for me?
Okay.
Like, this is what happened. Like, almost like a collaboration. But no, thank goodness, not
yet.
Thank God. Not yet. Hopefully never.
What's the future for the Plump Room?
I wasn't sure if I wanted to spill the tea here today.
Is this exclusive? Exclusive?
This is exclusive. But I will because I love you.
Oh my gosh.
So we're moving. We're expanding.
No way.
I know, don't cry.
I'm gonna hold it. For real?
Yes. So
oh my god.
We're staying in Coral Gables, but we have a new bigger space. It's gonna be super beautiful. We're working on the decorations and everything.
I am so happy. You did an event and I was the only one that wrote to expand.
Grow. It's time to grow. No, you've always been so supportive, and like I'm very thankful to have you in my life. You're very supportive.
We even have a name.
So anytime you invite me to anything you do, I'm there.
Thank you. I even helped her name one of her famous treatments.
Yes, she did. So Balanced by Steph, I have to credit Mercy. She's the one. I remember I implemented it the next day.
Yes, you did. I was like, damn, that was quick.
I was like,
think about
I like this. And she's so right because you have to brand yourself. Very important. But yeah, we're moving, we're growing.
Oh my god, I am so happy to hear this.
Yes, I'm gonna share all the details. I'll tag you so you can show your audience too whenever we have the space ready. But coming soon, April.
Oh, April!
Yes.
That was quick.
Quick.
So she does have an Instagram. You do have a TikTok? No.
I don't use TikTok that much right now. I'm working on that, but I do have an Instagram.
That you're very on top of your Instagram. I know she answers really quick. Also, we're gonna be tagging her and we're gonna put her phone number. So it's someone that I highly recommend because I've seen her work for many years. So I'm grateful that you came.
Oh, I'm so excited. This was awesome. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you.
So much fun.
Thank you.